Yo, we got a video here today, and we're looking at the concept of wanting sympathy but not really being sorry. Let's get right into it.
At the time, how did you think your life might be affected by recording those scenes?
I didn't. I was young. Like, what 21-year-old is thinking before they do anything that's a very rash decision?
Right.
Of course. I mean, what 21-year-old isn't getting like gangbanged and railed by like a full train? I mean, that's just like the average experience nowadays, I guess.
Yeah, I didn't even know there was a such thing as a future when I was 21.
Exactly.
All about now, baby.
You're narcissistic, you're naive, everything revolves around you, you know the answers to everything, and
that's all still true.
I mean, these people are pieces of crap. Let's just keep it real. But that phrase right there, that was putting it all on the table. Narcissistic, naive. I mean, people get accused of narcissism a lot, but normally where it's coming from is there can be some projection on that.
For me, but yeah, I get it.
Women mature a little faster than men, I feel like.
So you didn't think the general perception of you would change?
The one that is going to therapy nonstop for doing rash decisions is going to talk about being more mature. Well, they're more mature to like get their back blown out, I guess.
At all.
I didn't think there would be a general perception. I didn't think enough people would see it. I thought it could be, you know, little secret that I do for a short while and, you know, then it just gets swept under the rug.
Some people.
Of course, like a self-proclaimed narcissist only wants to be viewed by a small amount. They're not looking for a larger audience. Of course not. That's such a ridiculous theory.
People, leave mean tweets about people in secret. Some people just join the adult film industry in secret. Like, we don't think any of these things are going to amount to anything.
Yeah, and it's not so much like I was thinking I'm joining the adult industry. It was more like, oh, I'm doing this crazy thing and, you know, I'm getting away with it. And
yeah.
So you knew you were doing a crazy thing. And it was all good. It was all fun and games while you were getting away with it. But when accountability came knocking, nowhere to be seen. Look at that smile. She's going to act like she didn't enjoy it.
It's kind of fun temporarily, and I'm not really thinking about long-term mental, physical life effects.
It must have been exciting for a moment because you're like, this is my own secret. It's my own world.
Yeah, I mean, it's like an adrenaline rush at 100, and then you come crashing down, and then you go chasing for it again, which is why, you know, I went back because
you enjoy the attention, then the crash comes because it's hard staying on top forever, and then you're just going to chase it. But she'd never say, hey, you shouldn't do this. This is very destructive. There's still a level of, well, you've got to glamorize it for yourself, but unfortunately, you're potentially glamorizing it to other very naive, borderline stupid people.
Yeah.
The validation would immediately dissipate, and I would be just drowning in shame and embarrassment and confusion about why I was feeling that way. And I went back because I got the validation.
Why were you confused about why you felt that way? You were feeling sad for a reason. You didn't want to accept that reason, and now you want to hide behind, oh, well, I was confused. They're just anything but, say shouldn't have done it was silly. Can't do that. Too much pride.
Back.
How do you think your experience in the industry might be different than people assume?
I think people assume that I am just loving the success and loving everything that I've gotten because of it, and they don't really understand that, no, I really didn't want this after I quit. I went off the grid. I worked 2 normal jobs. I really tried to.
That's the thing, though. This was known years ago, decades ago. The swinging 60s, 70s, 80s, all of that stuff, boogie nights. Once you got involved with this, you just give up the white picket fence, 3 kids and a dog. You kind of give that up. Unless you met someone in the industry, you both understood what was going on and, roll the dice on that. But you can't have it all, unfortunately.
To make normal life work again, because I thought, okay, I got out early enough. I don't, I can still salvage what's left of my life.
Right.
And after a year of trying to do that, I realized it wasn't the case.
Do you remember what the economics of those deals and contracts were actually like?
Well, off the videos, I made $12,000. And
$12,000.
$12,000.
I mean, we just have to believe that face value, obviously. But again, it's not even about the money, apparently. She enjoyed the attention. She's a narcissist, right? That's her own words. She's a naive narcissist, you know, the double ends. Still actually made a little bit more than that and did stuff that she wouldn't disclose. I mean, why would you disclose certain earnings? Let's say you got flown out somewhere. You're going to put that on the books? I got flown out to Dubai. I got flown out to some major American city. You're going to put that down? I got paid 100 G for getting my back blown out by 10 dudes. Not sure if you're going to write that down.
According to my tax reports and according to my bank account at the time, the other 160,000 unaccounted for over the span of about 3 years is me being on salary for being a social media manager for Bang Bros.
Do you feel you're...
So they're going to focus on the 12K and sort of dismiss getting paid 180K on contract on the books. She already kind of did the Freudian slip by saying taxed on my tax, you know, because you're not going to write that down. You're not going to write down you got flown out to Dubai. I really doubt people writing that.
appropriately compensated for the work that you did do, in particular on those scenes?
I do not think so, but I am also not trying to get money back.
Right. It was never about the money, right?
The reason I came out with the video in the first place, kind of explaining how much I made, is because the overwhelming majority of people...
It's never about the money, but they're going to try frame a sob story for you to say, oh man, totally underpaid. She deserved more. Even though already getting paid, you know, close to $200,000 over 3 years, doing a nothing job, a social media job, you're just posting some random crap on their Facebook saying, come watch me do this.
Truly believes that I make basically $1 for every time a video is viewed.
They're like, you're famous,
yeah.
you're rich, what do you got to complain
Like,
about?
I have $800 million just from people like viewing the... That's not how it works.
Yeah.
You get paid for the day and that's it. You don't get any royalties, you don't get anything afterwards, and anything I did receive afterwards, I worked for.
Right, so you were contracted by them to work for them separately from the content that you made.
Yes, after I left the industry, absolutely.
Can you tell me anything specific about the specifics?
They always bring up the fact that they left it, even though they end up coming back to it 10 times. But I left it. I left this industry that I've become famous for, and I'm still back on it. I'm still making my OF. I mean, sure.
Scene that raised so much controversy around you?
I went in that day, not knowing what the scene was about. I'm in hair and makeup, and the two producers come in to kind of give me the rundown about what is going on in the scene today. And they asked me if I can speak Arabic, and I tell them yes, and they're like, perfect, we're gonna do this. I was asked to wear a hijab, and
she's gonna lie about the fact that she was in control of her content as well. So she got to actually decide, oh, am I gonna be with one person, a lady, a guy, 20 people? I mean, she bragged about that. She bragged about sort of she was able to write scenes. She would write some of this stuff. Maybe not the earlier ones, but guess what? If you know there's going to be a backlash, you're going to take that risk because you want to be famous. You know, backlash gets more eyeballs.
perform in a threesome with another girl as the scene.
And how bad did the reaction get regarding the hijab scene?
Death threats. Most of the death threats don't come from like the incels watching porn. They come from the people who were just so mad at me for putting on a hijab and making Muslims look bad.
Yeah, you literally had people...
It's funny, they want this validation, but they also hate you in a way. She said it, the incels watching porn. It's like a lot of looking down upon, but also saying, look at me as well. Respect me, even though I literally don't respect you.
Claiming to be ISIS, giving you death threats.
Yeah, sympathizers. And then my Instagram account at 2 million followers got hacked by ISIS sympathizers and then taken down for propaganda being posted on it. That's
super interesting to me that you have had people, build whole hate campaigns.
That obviously could have happened. Like, no, I'm not even disputing that. I will say some of these people, they get their accounts closed on Instagram is because they're soliciting in the DMs, and that goes against the terms of service, so they get removed. They're not going to ever talk about that. Oh, my Instagram it's because I put. No, a lot of the times, you're making deals in New York. We've talked about Dubai.
surrounding you for that scene, but yet the people responsible for this get to just live high and dry, and they get to continue doing it to this day.
Can I tell you what makes me sleep peacefully at night, though?
Sure.
Knowing that a man made an entire spear campaign against me because that's how much he fears me, and the truth coming out.
Damn, you know you got power. When
that gets my hard.
Damn, you've been doing push-ups lately? Because it's looking real strengthful.
Veins are pumping.
Yeah. What made you want to leave the adult film industry?
Realizing I was in the adult industry.
Which time? What made you want to leave it 10 times? Did you not learn the first 5? Did you not learn the first 3? Why keep coming back to it? Because you want the validation, among other things.
What made you realize that you were part of an industry and not just like doing one-off side gigs?
About a few weeks into the contract, they had me signed to extend it once all of the news started breaking out about, like, with the death threats and with the hijab scene and everything.
I mean, if she wanted to actually get over this, like, no joke, she would write a statement and that would be it. See you later, alligator. I mean, she's going to complain that, oh, stop watching me, while she wants to dredge up the past, bring it all back, look at woe is me, and also brag at the same time. That's what's crazy. It's like they want the sympathy, but they're also bragging. They're also bragging, and they're showing a lot of disrespect to even their audience that pays for it. You guys that could never get laid, so you have to watch this. They hate you, but give me the cash, please.
Everything. Like, when they tried to lock me in for longer and try to pivot everything they did with me to be that controversial, like, Middle Eastern hijab, like, they turned the whole website into basically a landing page for ISIS to put people on their, no fly into wherever they are list.
Do you feel like you walked into a trap?
I feel like I was led into a trap. It started way before the age of 21, but just being naive and being very vulnerable was not a good combination for meeting the person I met at the age that I was and the things that transpired after.
I mean, give them all this freedom, they know how to take advantage of it. They make great decisions. They become just awesome, I was going to say inventors. They were going to invent something crazy. Yeah, the same thing they've been inventing for 1,000 years. How can I monetize getting my back blown out? How can I do it? Which way? On the phone, on camera, real life? I mean, pick one. All of them.
I would say that if I had never met that person, I never would have done porn. I never would have done the things that people know me for doing, and I could have just been living life normally, making $18 an hour, hopefully, somewhere.
And again, she does not like the idea of making $18 an hour, because you can still do that. You can still hypothetically have your quote-unquote born-again moment. You literally take the sliding doors this time. You don't just think about taking the sliding doors. But she doesn't want to. Of course not. Hopefully I make $18 an hour. Now it's 20, 25. Like, it doesn't matter what that... It's on the lower end, so don't have respect for it, even though 2/3 of the ladies work the minimum wage jobs. I mean, they work the majority of them.
So, I mean, if you could, would you trade your life now for a more modest lifestyle like that?
Yes, I would trade it in immediately, like in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
And on the flip side, I'm very proud of how far I've come and how hard I've worked to get to where I am, and all of the things that I've done against the odds to kind of distance myself from me at age 21. And I am proud of that. I'm proud of just coming so far.
How has being in the
Of course the narcissist is proud of herself. I mean, isn't that a given?
adult film industry, even for such a brief period of time, affected your day-to-day life?
People will grab me.
People will grab you?
Not like, at a bar setting or at a club setting. I'm talking about the grocery store, where I just get grabbed and come up to, and
they think that they own your body because they've seen your body.
Exactly. Like, they will follow me to my car, they will grab me by my arm. When I tell them no politely, they'll call me a or a slut or like anything in the book.
What was that first word? I didn't even know.
It's happened in the most wholesome of places, like waiting to get my passport stamped at the Copenhagen airport. And I'm standing there with my husband, and this guy comes up to us, and after I politely say no, because I just got off a 15-hour flight, he screamed at me that I was a bitch and a slut in front of a line of about 45 people, and me and my husband are just standing there with 20 people ahead of us. Like, okay, so we just all right, just don't make eye contact with anybody.
I mean, they'll tell any story they want and see if they can get away with it, frankly. You're just supposed to believe them. They at least lie half the time, and you got to take the whole thing as the truth half the time. But anyway, gents, we're going to leave it right there. As always, thoughts, comments, below. And hit that like on the way out. It takes 1.5 seconds. And smash that subscribe button right now. And we'll see you on the next one. Peace out.